Patti Adkins packs a sexy new nightie in her overnight bag and then heads to the auto plant for her final shift before what she thinks will be a romantic vacation with a coworker.
She was last seen clocking out of the auto plant at 19 seconds after midnight.
19 seconds after the witching hour, Patti rushes to the parking lot. She doesn't want anyone to see her drive off with her secret boyfriend.
They were going to go to Canada.
She climbs into the bed of his pickup truck and hides underneath a roll-up cover.
Patti, what are you doing? You know better.
The truck speeds away into the darkness of the midsummer night, and Patti is never seen again.
It's like she disappeared.
Now Patti's family is left to ask the horrifying questions. Did she vanish to start a new life?
She wasn't going to Canada to leave us forever.
Or was she murdered? The mystery of the missing single mom casts a dark cloud over Marysville, Ohio, a small town with planes, trains, and automobiles, as in car factories. This is where Patti went to work after high school, working as a shift supervisor for the local Honda manufacturing plant.
She was stunning, your sister.
Yes, she was.
How would you describe your relationship with your sister?
Very close, especially as adults. My sister and I were only a year apart, so she only lived 30 minutes away when she lived in Marysville, so we talked on a regular basis.
So tell me about Patti as a mom.
Patti was a very good mom, loving mom. She loved McKaylee with all her heart, doted on that little girl like nothing else.
And who wouldn't dote on a girl as adorable as McKaylee, now an adult studying for her PhD in behavioral neuroscience?
McKaylee's a cute name. Do you know the origins of McKaylee, why you were named McKaylee?
There was a bar in Marion called McKaylee.
So you were named after a bar?
Mm-hmm.
Got all of your mom.
Yeah.
And it seemed everyone at the Honda plant loved Patti, who was up for a big promotion.
We were actually working side by side.
Colleague and best friend Heidi Knight says Patti had a thing for one particular guy on the assembly line.
Because you worked there, you knew him as well.
Right, I knew of him because he didn't work too far from where I was at. In the beginning, they were just really close friends. They played cards together, they worked in the same area. I could tell that it was becoming more than just friends.
What did she like about him?
Very outdoorsy, and as was she. She liked the outdoors.
When did you first hear about someone special in her life?
Probably it was around Thanksgiving of 2000 that I remember having a conversation with her.
And what did she say?
She was just talking about the fact that she actually had an interest in somebody from work that worked the same shift that she did.
But there was just one problem with Patti's new squeeze from the night shift.
He was married.
Married, with children.
She was hesitant to tell me about that because she knew I wouldn't approve of that. But, you know, she really liked talking with him and he understood her.
Was she in love with him? Did she want there to be more to this relationship?
Yes, I mean, she spoke of, like, you know, that she felt like she was connected to him. She wanted to maybe move away from Marysville, live out in the country, have more kids. So I think she definitely foresaw a future with him. But she did say that his wife couldn't know about her, whatever, that she knew who Patti was. She knew who she was from work. And that's why I don't think they did see each other outside of work or anything. There weren't like meetings and anything clandestine going on outside, other than that she would go to his shop maybe to get her car worked on.
Marcia says the auto repair shop was the boyfriend's side business, and she says that business prompted Patti to start loaning him money so he could eventually divorce his wife.
The whole reason that she started loaning him money was so that the reason he said he wouldn't leave is because of his business and he would lose everything. She would get half of that, so he wanted to buy it out.
When she told you that she was giving him money, what was your reaction?
Well, my reaction to all of it was not great. But she was sure that this was just preparing for their future.
How much money did she give him, and did she give it to him in cash, in checks? How did it?
So cash, everything was cash, about $90,000, maybe a little more.
90 grand, a lot of coin for a single mom to buy her boyfriend's freedom. But Patti was love-struck, and her sister says she excitedly talked about her very first getaway with her lover at a cabin in Canada.
He knew this little place that they were going to go, and it was going to be a remote area.
She was excited because she was finally getting away with her love.
Yes, yes. And like I said, they didn't really spend time together outside of work or anything like that. So it was sort of the opportunity to, all the things that she'd been sacrificing for, you know, waiting, that actually everything was coming to fruition.
So before work, Patti put her cats in the kennel and arranged for McKaylee to be taken care of.
Where was McKaylee?
I had McKaylee. Yes, I got her in the middle of the week. She was with her dad from the start of shutdown to the middle of the week, and I had her from the middle of the week till Sunday.
But the boyfriend apparently carpooled with another guy, so Patti described a plan that sounded like it could come from a spy movie. She would jump into the back of the pickup truck, hide under the cover so the boyfriend's buddy wouldn't see her. Then, after he was dropped off, she would get into the passenger seat and be whisked away to the cabin.
Do you cringe when you envision your sister climbing into the back of that pickup truck and hiding?
Yes, I do. I really, really do. Because you just want to shake her and say, Patti, what are you doing? You know better.
Does any of this plan, when you look at it now, the fact she had to hide in the back of the truck, that she wasn't supposed to bring clothes, they were going to buy it, they were going to a place where they wouldn't be able to communicate, it's like the perfect setup.
Yes, it was. It was too perfect.
Next, on the way to Canada, a detour that could be deadly.
Everyone's scrambling to find out, where did Patti go?
Does a cat hold the key that unlocks the mystery? What happened to Patti?
So it's Sunday night. She hasn't arrived.
Late afternoon, I think, is when I started calling his house.
His house, the house where Patti's secret lover lived. He moonlighted as an auto mechanic.